What's good, y'all? Buckle up coming through on a quick drop special. Big ups to everybody already subbed in. Appreciate it all. And if you haven't already subbed in, sub in, and welcome. And of course, if you feel what I'm talking about, make sure you hit that like sign before you get out of here. I got games coming to y'all. I definitely got games coming to y'all. Don't forget, take the money off the floor. And as always, Sports Prediction 101 Cash App link is in the description box for those who win and want to show love. Now, let's get to the chop. What we here to talk about. So on this one, y'all, which we can already start having shows of on this level as well, as far as where we could talk, where I could chop it up with some people. But today what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring my guy from NY to Baltimore, my guy Kevin, and one of my subs also on the channel, and we're gonna bring him to the show with us. He a casual boxing fan that's a little confused on what he has been getting from Tank Davis as a customer, and he definitely picked the perfect straight down the middle channel to answer those questions that he seemed to have. So what we're going to do real quick, we're going to get him, we're going to get him on the line. Kevin.
Yo.
NY to Baltimore. What's goody? What it do, Kev? So, let me ask you first. Let me ask you this first, Kevin. This is what I first wanted to ask you. I told you I had a few things I want to ask you too when we get on here and talk about this situation. First of all, how long you been watching boxing? How long you been pretty much watching the sport?
It's been years. Let's go back to the greats in the 80s.
Okay, so you've been watching since about the greats of the 80s. Well, let me ask you this: would you say, and be honest with me, would you say that you comprehend everything pretty good, or would you say you are the type of fan that kind of get confused with all of the belts in the different divisions, with them having all the belts in the different divisions?
Yeah, I get confused. Yeah.
Okay, a little confused with that type of stuff. So, and that's why I wanted to that's what I wanted to mainly ask you. I wanted to ask you about, and so let's get right into what it seems like you seem to be a little confused about, like with the Tank Davis situation, because I know hands down that you a go hard Tank fan. I always know how you stand as far as when it come to Tank. I know you know Tank your guy. So what are the type of, like, I know you had like three or four questions or something that you said that you wanted to talk to me about, and I told you we're going to talk about it on the show. So what's one of the questions that you had for Buckle Up about Tank career?
All right, Buckle Up. So why didn't Tank unify at 130 against Loma, Kevin Farmer, or Miguel Bercho? What really happened there?
That's a great question. That's a great question, man. That's a great question. Back in those days, Kevin, I don't know what was going on. I was saying back then, because they got a guy named BFTB. They got a channel that he used to be with Tank. He talked bad about Tank now, but he used to be with Tank. back in those days that you talking about. And back
Okay.
then, I used to be asking those channels questions like, "How y'all calling him this great, this, that, the other, whatever?" But he haven't done a lot yet. He haven't started unifying or unified with nobody. We gotta give him a chance to unify. He talking about unifying, but it's not happening. The guy Tevin Farmer, him and Tevin Farmer, they had a little argument one day inside the arena. Kev, they was at a fight or something, and they seen each other. And all I know, they was beefing back and forth. I know Tank was telling Tevin Farmer he go get a belt. And next thing you know, Tevin Farmer went and got a belt.
Okay.
And so he had a belt, Tank had a belt, Miguel Burchelt had a belt, and Lomachenko had a belt. Because you know it's 4 belts in each division, Kevin. It's 4 belts in each division, and those are the fighters that all had belts at that time.
Okay.
Those 4.
Right.
So they wanted, of course, we wanted Tank to unify with Tevin Farmer or Loma or one of them, any of them, just to take their belts. If he could take all of their belts and become undisputed. You feel me? We was looking for that to happen, but unfortunately, I was blaming it on Floyd. I was saying Floyd never didn't go undisputed at 130, so maybe he didn't want to see Tank go undisputed at 130. That's what I was saying back then. That was back then. So, far as I'm concerned, to answer your question to that, Kevin, is I don't really know why. And at that time, I couldn't really blame him because he was under that strict Floyd management, and Leonard Allaby and them was picking who they wanted to fight, and they was making sure things was going to go the way they wanted it to go, well, no matter what he wanted to do. So I can't say whether he wanted those fights or not, but bottom line is they weren't never made. So that's all I can say. What else you had to ask me about that about this?
Let me ask you this. Who were the champions at 135 when Tank moved to 135?
So when Tank moved to 135, he fought the champions. What you asked me who the champions were T.O. and Loma.
Okay.
T.O. and Loma had belts when Tank came to 135, but Tank came to 135 and he fought one of the guys with the Crackerjack belt, a belt that's not one of the top 4 belts. It was like an underbelt, a regular belt. He fought I forgot the little short guy name from Cuba. I can't think of his name right now, but he didn't have a real belt anyway. The real belts were being held by Loma and T.O. And then I think T.O. ended up with the belts, and then Kambosos ended up taking the belts from T.O. And then Devin Haney ended up taking the belts from Kambosos. So it kind of went like that, something like that, in that kind of order. But bottom line, for the question that you asking, who were the champions? They was the champions, and no, Tank didn't fight him. He fought Gamboa. That's the Cuban I'm talking about. He fought Gamboa at 135, and Gamboa didn't have a super belt, a top belt. So that just didn't happen. So that's what we got. If you was a fan and you was looking for unification right there, I don't know. They didn't want to. And even in that division, I have to tell you this too, Kevin. I remember Leonard Allaby saying, as far as him fighting Devin, he said they wasn't going to let him fight Devin for the kind of money that Devin was making. Leonard Allaby said that out his mouth, that he wasn't going to pay Devin Haney the kind of money Devin Haney was making to fight Tank. So I do remember hearing Leonard Allaby say that. So that's how that went at 135, and that's why you ain't get no unification at 135 if that's what you asking. So what's your next question?
All right. So if he moving up to fight Jake Paul at 195, why didn't he unify with Josh Taylor for undisputed at 140?
It's crazy. I don't know. that was another situation, Cab, I have to say to you, I gotta be real and say, they took him up there to 140 to fight Barrios, I guess. I don't know what, I don't even know what that was about. I don't know. It was another underbelt. It was another crackerjack belt. Josh Taylor, you are right. Josh Taylor was the undisputed champion, and that is who Tank was supposed to go at. So if I mean, I get where you coming from. I mean, for you to want to have this, for you to want to have a sit down with me and say all this as a Tank fan, I mean, like what's your goal? What's your bottom line? What you really trying to say? What is it you trying to say to me?
All right, so it's like this. As a Tank fan, I kind of like lost hope for him giving us any of the legacy matches. You know what I'm saying, that we want to see.
Yeah, well, all I can say is, I'm going to put it to you like this. The fight that he get ready to take now, yeah, he fighting some YouTube guy that's supposed to be a boxer to be fighting movie stars and all kinds of football players and basketball players and all this crazy shit. But he's a cruiserweight. That's what make it dangerous, because he way bigger than Tank. So if he take a loss to this guy, it's gonna look crazy, you know, because you got this big ass guy in there knocking you out or something like that. Because he knocked out Nate Robinson real bad, and Nate Robinson about Tank size. Nate Robinson, basketball player. So I don't know, Kev. I mean, I will say this fight is most likely it has a big bag though. It got a big bag with it, Kev. It got the kind of bag that, shit, I don't know. All of us might fuck around and say, yeah, I'll take that for that, and then get back to whatever I gotta get back to. But for that kind of money, for that kind of motherfucking money, yeah, even if it's 30 million, 40 million, 50 million, anything from 30 million to 100 million, that's a lot of money for one fight.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he could be going to get the bag. And maybe he'll do some of the stuff that you talking about maybe when he come back. I mean, you got Gary Russell you got Gary Russell at 135 right now. He want to fight Tank too. That's another fight people wouldn't mind seeing him fight Gary Russell. And of course, people people also want to see him rematch Lamont Roach.
Right.
You know, do you really want the Lamont Roach rematch, Kevin?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, you do.
I want to see what's really real.
Okay. You want to see what's really real. All right. Yep. And that's what it is. So a lot of people feel like that. So you want to see him fight Lamont Roach. People want to see him fight Shakur. So that's why I made the video the other day. I was saying, really, if you don't come back and fight none of these fights that your loyal fans is talking about, then I guess you might as well say you could throw legacy out the window. You can't expect people to talk about you as far as legacy when you retire, because they going to say you ain't do nothing that they really wanted to see.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So that's how I see that. And hey Cab, I know you do the music too. Where people can go find some of your music on YouTube?
All right, so I am Nivek Bogeezy on YouTube and on social networks. So the spelling of my name is Nivek. That's Kevin backwards for those that want to
come check you out.
Right. And Bogeezy is the last name. That's Bogeezi.
You said that was BOG.
Yeah.
ZI. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Nivek Bogeezy.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all they gotta search, and then they can hear what you got on the music tip. No doubt. Make sure y'all go check that out. Go see what's up, my man, Nivek on the music tip. And other than that, yeah, that was That was a good one. I'm glad I got the chop it up with you, Kev,
Right, right.
and I'll be getting back with you in the future, real
All right,
soon. We'll
bet.
be chopping it up
That's what's
again.
good.
I get
Salute.
no doubt, bro.
All right, bye.
Yeah, so damn, it's crazy, man. Got a lot of people feeling like this, Tank. You disappointed a lot of fans over a lot of years. Disappointed a lot of fans over a lot of years. And the nigga BFTB was trying to get you beat up when he met Bill, telling you could beat everybody from 140. You could go up to 147 and beat Bud. Basically, that's what he was saying. You could beat everybody from 147 them down, not named Boots, Devin, or Earl. But you could beat Bud. Yeah, he was trying to set you up, trying to get you beat. So Devin definitely had to worry about hearing nothing about you, period, anyway. But then you threw yourself in the dirt. You heard your fan on here just asking why you ain't fight none of them when you was at 135. Why you ain't fight Devin? Or why you ain't fight George Taylor? That he could have asked the same question. Why you ain't fight Devin at 140? You going all the way up to 195. So that's what we got. That's what we got. So you can go get this bag fight. But you don't you can go get this bag fight, but if you don't come back and put a cap on some of that legacy, your legacy respect gonna be gone, thrown straight out the window. See y'all on the get back.
Won't tie me down, way too up. Took a whole 3-5 home, way too stuck. We swerving, we done got way too drunk. Might spill my drink, don't break too much. I know the bitch gon' go, I don't say too much. Hit the box off, so I be playing too rough. Upstairs gon' hog my dogs in the front. Same bro, then it's down, he don't play too much. Go round, come round, don't play when we come breaking down. Got a lot of drugs on my tongue, I know. You know she know that she fuck bitch. Better not play B nigga when I come. Fully automatic chopper with a 100 round drum. I'ma hit this little button till the 100 rounds done. I ain't tweeting with no nigga, I can beat him with this gun. I ain't beefing with you nigga, we done already won your lose. You be doing shit, she don't like your bills. You fucking her right like the bitch need bruise. Probably would've put on a fight if she was scared. If you really wanted that bad bitch Uber. SRT track hard, I'm cruising. Broke boys never had none, they useless. I can be the real deal, proof what the truth is. Busted, but when I'm on the drugs, I be moody. Fucking while I put the strings and I smooth. The guns right off Call of Duty, it's a Uzi. Playing too much, baby girl, don't lose. I'm nice till we fuck when I'm done, I ain't rude. Bro, to keep blowing, man, the gun might melt. Me and Chaz in the booth, speaking to myself. Boy, I don't talk about drugs, I'm selling. Shorty said that she hate niggas, and I told me down, way too up. Took a whole 3-5 home, way too stuck. We swerving, we done got way too drunk. Might spill my drink, don't break too much. I know the bitch gon' go, I don't say too much. Hit the box off, so I be playing too rough. Upstairs gon' hog my dogs in the front. Same bro, then it's down, he don't play too much. I like money, 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 I ain't really into love. I like bad bitch love, fucking up the club. Swag on the bitch, make a scream free. Buddy, I can turn pop 442 my deals. I done lied when I said I wasn't high. I might big pass, I ain't go with my deals. I'm ice like, why would you lie to me, mind you shice? Fuck me and block me, the bitch one night. One night, okay, but it take me too long. Praise with the addy, got me taking too long. Dirty with the lane, make a nigga doze off. Money, more money, boy, I get it too off. I can feel the club, but we killers are wrong. Bitches, my nigga, but shit was just off.